is Henry Foster. I'm 10 years old and the older brother to Sam and Jack. I'd like to tell you a few stories that remind me of my mom. One time, about 4 years ago, we stayed at a hut in the White Mountains. During the day, we decided to climb a nearby peak. At the time, my mom was 7.5 months pregnant with Jack, and Sam and I were 4 and 6 years old. We set off on our hike and made it roughly halfway until we reached a sign pointing in 2 directions. We happened to meet a hiker at that point who explained to the left was the longer, easier route, and the right was the hard, steep path. Dad took a look at Mom's pregnant belly and suggested the longer route, and was quickly overruled by Mom. So we proceeded on the harder trail. At first it seemed steep but not too hard until we approached some sheer rock faces. Within moments, we were all climbing hand over hand, grabbing into nooks in the rocks to hold on to. Fortunately, Sam and I are part mountain goat, and although we were scared, we were able to scamper our way up these steep faces. Mom normally would have scampered up too, but being 7.5 months pregnant and very uncomfortable, it made a tough climb for her. Despite Dad's suggestion that we turn around, Mom pressed onward and naturally made it to the top. When Sam and I got to the top, we bumped into some climbers who were amazed that Sam and I were able to do the route. Moments later, Mom came over the top of the ridge, and their jaws dropped. They thought we were totally crazy. In truth, we were crazy, but Mom never would have gone the easy way. Another story I remember about my mom is her summer bucket list. Every summer, as school was coming to an end, Mom would make a list of adventures that she wanted us to do us that summer. As you know, my mom was never very good at sitting around and loved every minute of summertime. So this list hit all the highlights of things we liked to do. Some of them were pretty straightforward, like catching crabs, going to the beach, and getting lobster rolls. But others were more intense: flips off bridges, jumping off of cliffs, rope swings into rivers, and conquering big mountains. Each summer would start off in a relaxed fashion, and as the summer wore on, Mom would get anxious about checking off the list. By the end of the summer, we were running around like madmen, throwing ourselves off of anything possible. We needed to go back to school to get a break. The last story is about my baseball hitting slump. When I first got into the minors, I was scared of getting hit by a pitch and decided to watch every pitch that went by. It actually worked reasonably well at first because I have my parents' height, so I would draw a lot of walks. But as the season wore on, the pitchers got more action and I started to strike out. After one game, Mom sat me down and explained that in this family, we don't watch things go by, and hit or miss, we always want to swing and keep trying. At the next game, I took her advice and swung and got a hit. I got a series of hits over the next several games, and though they weren't exactly towering drives, they helped my team win games in the playoffs. This has helped me in other sports too, where I learned to try my best and not hesitate. My mom was a special person. I will miss her more than anything. She taught me how to be brave, have fun, and seek out adventures. I will always love the stories of the amazing times we had together.